Hey Paxians, welcome back to another video. Today I want to take a few minutes to briefly talk about the world map, the world itself, explain some of the terminology that we use on Pax Dei's Discord server and really in Pax Dei in general, and help lay a foundation for what it means to talk about something like a home valley or a province or the region of Gallia, and hopefully help clear up some confusion about what these specific things are, what they mean. So that way, when you go about your playtime in Pax Day and you're having conversations with other people, you have a good foundation of what they talk about, what they mean, and ultimately help build into you this foundational level knowledge I think every Pax Day player needs. So first things first, let's take a look at our world map. Okay, so we've got the map open. My default map key is M. So press your M key or open up your map and join me in looking at the world map. Now, let's talk about navigating the map first. You can scroll your mouse wheel in to zoom in. You can scroll your mouse wheel out to zoom out. You can also use the plus and minus buttons off to the right. And if you find yourself trying to figure out where on earth you're at on the map, if you hit the navigation triangle, it will center on your player character, which is denoted on the map with this red triangle shape here. So that's how you move the map. You can also click and drag and move it around like that. And that really gets you around the map itself. So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. And the first area of the map that I want to talk about is what we call a home valley. Now, the home valley itself is what is represented by the red border that runs around the map here. And I'm currently in the home valley of Retz, as you can see here in the middle of the screen. If I pan off to the east, you can see Lyonesse is off to the right here. And again, it is kind of denoted with this red border. So there's really two different border types. There's the red and the black. And the black itself is the entire province, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So we have Retz, we have Lyonesse, and there are 8 others that are on this particular map that I'm currently on. Off to the west of Retz, outside of the red border, is what we call the Wildlands. The Wildlands are basically a step up in difficulty in terms of the enemies that you might come across. There are also additional resources out here that you may not be able to find or not find as readily available in a home valley. So at some point, you're going to start traveling out to the Wildlands. You're going to start gathering resources from that area and doing some additional exploration with the dungeons and the POIs that are out there. You may also come across these gates that you can see down here. The one with the swords crossed is the gate to the PvP province, Lyonesse. And again, we'll talk about provinces here in a second. And then this is another gate that takes you to the southernmost, I think it's in Gallia, that's below Kerys, which is where I'm currently at. Okay, so home valley inside the red borders, Wildlands outside the red borders. The combination of the 10 home valleys and the Wildlands space on one map makes up an entire province. And this province is Kerys, where I'm currently at. So a province is the entire map that you can see in game when you open up your map. So whichever province you selected at the beginning when you created your character, that's the province that you currently inhabit. Now, you can change what province you're in. You can change what home valley you're in simply by walking to another area of the world. And those, again, are something you do through the gates that you can see off to the edges of the map here. As we transition into the world map, I'll just give you a second here to adjust and orient. So this is Kerys up here. Retz is down here at the bottom. And as you can see, as we zoom out here a little bit, the world itself that we currently have available to us to play on is pretty large. It's significant. But again, just to bring the point home, if you want to travel to any of these other provinces, all you have to do is go through the relevant gates to get there. So I mentioned these earlier. Each of the gates has a name. And so, for example, if you were in Kerys and you wanted to go down to Gallia, you would go through the Wyvern Gate, which transports you all the way down here to the top of Gallia. And likewise, if you wanted to go to the PvP province from Kerys, you would go through the Gwydion Stone, and that'll drop you off here. So the point is, the world is huge already, and understanding the terminology will be key in having conversations with other players. So a final review, just to bring everything together: the area inside a red border is a home valley. The area outside a border that is red is a wildlands. The combination of the wildlands and home valleys in one map is called a province. And there are 5 provinces available in game, and all 5 of those provinces combined makes up the entire region of Gallia.